tell you, I got to thank. I don't normally take requests on topics, but I got to shout out to Verbal, who yeah, I know, I know where the name came from. I've seen Usual Suspects too, but he said, "Have you checked out the Wallenberg family before? Have you heard of these lunatics?" And I had to admit, no, I didn't. I'd never heard of them. Listen, sometimes these deep state families are pretty good at keeping themselves, off the radar. And the Wallenbergs have done that. They are a Swedish family. They are, I mean, they put the deep in deep state, man. They are fully into it. And it's amazing to me that I could be doing what I do and writing about what I write about and interested in these secret societies and these globalist organizations and still have never heard of this group before, but I have now. So sometimes, this is a Swedish family and they don't really want you to know a ton about what they're doing, but in their case, they're so big and so predominant in that area that it's almost impossible if you're Swedish to not know who they are. I've never been to Sweden, so maybe that's part of it. And I would love to go. I'm not eating the fish. I'm just telling you right off the bat. I would love to go and check it out. So, this is a family, the Wallenberg family is virtually unknown in the US, but deep state to their core. And once we get through this episode, I think you may feel the same way I feel about this, which is now that I have this name in my head, now that I've got another dot, something tells me I'll be connecting them to other dots in the future. And when you hear who these people are in business with, and first of all, the businesses that they run, and then the ancillary businesses that they're involved in, and the globalist business that they're in, the New World Order business, you're going to go, okay, these people have to be on my radar. So let's do this. Let's take a little tour about and find out what we can about the old Wallenberg family out of Sweden, because this group is dangerous. Boy, I'll tell you. And I don't know what's scarier, if everybody knows that you're super dangerous or if nobody knows. Because the thing that keeps, we learn about this with the Fabian socialists, the wolf in sheep's clothing. I mean, there's some value in people not knowing who you are, right? I mean, it's one thing to be the Rothschilds and Rockefellers and the Bill Gates, and everybody knows who those people are, right? And if they're up to no good, and they are, it's easy to kind of track it and follow them and see. But the people that don't want you to know who they are and what they have and what they're running, ooh, boy, those people scare me. It's like in a fight situation, right? You're at a bar, let's say you're at a bar and you're getting in, there's an altercation that's about to break out. The guy that's hooting and hollering, "I'll fuck you, I'll kick your, I'll beat your," that guy doesn't scare me. It's the guy that's quietly like, "Okay, you want to fight?" And he doesn't have anything to say. He just starts taking his watch off. That's the guy you got to worry about, right? That's the Wallenbergs, as far as I'm concerned. They are not making a lot of noise intentionally so that you don't really know who they are. But when you own as much as they own, good luck keeping this a secret. So I think what they've done is they've regionalized it. People in the Scandinavian countries more than likely know who they are. People in Sweden definitely know who they are. All you in Sweden listening to this, you're going to be like, "What took you so long, pal, to get on this?" Hey, you come to the information when you come to the information, So I'm here and let's do it. So they're bankers. Of course they're bankers. I'm still looking for a good banker. I'm still looking for a banking family that's like, we're just trying to help the world. I'll let you know if I ever find one, because one of the common denominators with these intergenerational scumbaggery families is that they're always into banking. You have to be, right? It's a scam. We know that. It makes you insanely wealthy. You get yourself into this Rothschild sort of situation where you're saying things like, "I care not who makes the laws, as long as I make the money," or whatever that statement was, that sort of quote that they use. So you understand that if you run the banks, man, it's like, good luck telling these people what to do. And then you use that banking dynasty to branch out into other things. I also don't know of too many families that run banking dynasties that just do banking. They inevitably get into other things, probably because they're sitting on so much money that they're like, what can we do? Well, in the case of the Wallenbergs, they're major players in corporations, in manufacturing, in all kinds of things, really. In telecom, they own Ericsson Telecom. Well, when I say own, I mean it's a publicly traded company, but they control it. Let's just put it that way. So you can own Ericsson stock too. Doesn't mean you own it, but in their case, they own it. Essentially, let's just say that they control it. They most definitely do. And Ericsson is a multinational telecom business, so it's not like you own some obscure telephone service in some weird part, some weird region of Sweden. Like, no. This is a global company, and traded on the New York Stock Exchange and all that stuff. So to run that is already, I mean, automatically, just if that was the only thing you had, is if you ran Ericsson, you'd be in a position of power, you'd be filthy rich, and you would understand the value of information, which of course this family does, but it's more than just that. I mean, if it was just
Thanks for watching that clip. If you want to hear the entire episode in audio format, just go wherever podcasts are served, search for Macroaggressions, subscribe to the show, and please rate it when you get a chance. Thanks, everybody.